Welcome to World Prism. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Let's start with the basics. Tariffs are one of those words you hear tossed around in the news, especially when countries start arguing about trade. But what do they actually mean for you, me, and the products we buy every day? A tariff is a tax on imported goods. When a product crosses a border into a new country, the government can slap a fee on it, making it more expensive than it would be otherwise. This fee is paid by whoever is bringing the product in, usually a business, but sometimes the cost trickles down to you, the shopper. Imagine you run a bakery selling cupcakes, but your neighbor across the street sells them for less, because she gets her flour super cheap from another country. Suddenly, you're losing customers. To help you out, the government could put a tariff on her imported flour or cupcakes. That means her costs go up, and her cupcakes aren't so cheap anymore. Now, your cupcakes look like a better deal to customers, even if nothing else has changed. Tariffs make imported goods more expensive, which encourages people to buy local products instead. This can help protect local businesses and keep jobs in your community, especially in industries like cars, steel, or even food. But here's the catch. If your neighbor's country doesn't like this, they might hit back by putting their own tariff on something you sell, like your homemade jam. Suddenly you both have fewer customers, and everyone's a little worse off. This back and forth is called a trade war. It's not fought with tanks or planes, but with taxes, spreadsheets, and lots of tense negotiations. The effects ripple through businesses, workers, and even families trying to buy groceries. The cost of tariffs often lands on everyday people. When foreign goods get pricier, you might notice your favorite imported chocolate or car suddenly costs more. Sometimes, even local products go up in price, because parts or ingredients are imported too. President Trump made headlines by using tariffs as a tool to reshape global trade. His goal was to bring manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. and make American industry stronger, especially in sectors like cars and steel. The strategy was simple in theory: make it more expensive for companies to import goods, so they'd have to build factories and hire workers here at home. In practice, though, things get complicated fast. It's a bold plan, but the real world is more complex. Companies might find ways around tariffs or pass the extra costs on to customers. Sometimes, they even move production to other countries entirely, just to avoid the taxes. And while some jobs might come back, others could be lost if businesses can't compete or if trading partners retaliate. Tariffs can lead to higher prices for consumers and strained international relations. Countries may become less willing to cooperate, and shoppers might feel the pinch every time they check out at the store. The goal is to protect local industries and jobs, but the execution is tricky. Sometimes the very people tariffs are meant to help end up paying the price, while businesses scramble to adapt. As we'll see, the impact of tariffs stretches far beyond factories and government offices. They shape the prices we pay, the jobs we have, and the relationships between countries. In the world of global trade, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. In late 2025, the Trump administration imposed a 25% tariff on imported trucks and parts. The aim encouraged companies to build in America. Mexico, Canada, Japan, and Germany were hit hard. The idea make it cheaper to build in the US than import. Tax credits were offered to cushion the blow for domestic companies. However, cars are global products, with parts from many countries. Tariffs added billions in costs, forcing automakers into tough decisions. Canada, with its economy deeply intertwined with the US auto industry, watched with growing concern as new tariffs were imposed. For decades, the two countries had built cars together, sharing parts, labor, and innovation across the border. The sudden introduction of tariff threatened to unravel this carefully woven partnership, putting thousands of Canadian jobs at risk and sending shockwaves through communities that depended on the auto sector. In response, the Canadian government acted swiftly, announcing its own set of retaliatory tariffs on a range of American goods. These measures were not just symbolic, they were designed to send a clear message that Canada would defend its interests and stand up for its workers. The tariffs were carefully targeted to hit products from key U.S. political states, putting pressure on American lawmakers to reconsider the escalating trade conflict. This strategic move aimed to make the economic pain felt where it mattered most, at the ballot box. At the same time, Canada took its case to international trade organizations, challenging the legality of the U.S. tariffs and seeking support from global partners. Canadian officials argued that these actions violated long-standing agreements and threatened the stability of international trade. Central to their argument, was the USMCA, the new North American trade agreement that was supposed to guarantee fair treatment and open markets. Canada insisted that the tariffs undermine the spirit and the letter of this crucial deal. To support its auto sector, the Canadian government unveiled a multi-billion-dollar aid package, offering relief to workers and companies facing uncertainty. This bold move reassured Canadians that their government was prepared to act decisively in defense of national interests. The tit-for-tat measures quickly escalated, transforming a policy disagreement into a full-blown trade dispute that dominated headlines and rattled markets on both sides of the border. The North American auto market, once a model of cross-border cooperation, now found itself divided. Factories faced delays, costs rose, and uncertainty loomed over an industry that had long thrived on collaboration. Canadian workers rallied, determined not to let their industry be crippled by foreign policy decisions. Their message was clear: Canada would not be bullied or sidelined in a sector so vital to its economy. Through it all, Canada reminded its neighbor that it was a true partner, not just a branch plant or a junior player. The country demanded respect and fair treatment in all trade dealings. The trade war exposed the deep complexities of international relations, where economic decisions can quickly become political flashpoints and test even the closest alliances. It was a powerful reminder that actions have consequences, and that even the strongest allies will push back when their interests are threatened. In the end, the standoff underscored the importance of respecting trade partnerships and the need for dialogue, not division, in a world where economies are more connected than ever. What do tariffs mean for the average person? In a word, cost. But it's not just a simple price increase. Tariffs are like a hidden tax that trickles down through the entire auto industry, touching every step from manufacturing to your driveway. Automakers face billions in new taxes, often passing these costs directly to consumers. When companies pay more for imported parts or finished vehicles, they have little choice but to raise prices to protect their bottom line. This leads to price inflation, or sticker shock, for new vehicles. Suddenly, the car you've been saving for is out of reach, and the monthly payments you budgeted for no longer add up. A truck that cost $50,000 could now be $55,000 or more. That extra $5,000 isn't just a number, it's months or even years of extra payments, or a bigger down payment you might not have. The price hike affects the entire market, making all vehicles pricier. It doesn't matter if you're looking at a compact car or a luxury SUV, everything gets more expensive and choices become more limited for buyers. Middle and lower income families feel the pinch the most. For many, a reliable car is essential for work, school, and daily life. Higher prices can mean putting off a much-needed purchase or settling for an older, less reliable vehicle. The subprime auto loan market is stressed, with delinquencies high. As prices rise, more people struggle to keep up with payments, leading to a spike in late or missed payments and even repossessions. Tariffs also raise repair costs, as parts become more expensive. Even a simple fix can turn into a major expense, especially when replacement parts are imported and subject to new taxes. Keeping an older vehicle on the road becomes costlier. People may delay repairs or skip maintenance, risking breakdowns and safety issues just to save money. Whether you're buying new, shopping, used, or just trying to keep your current car running, tariffs hit your wallet from every angle. The impact is felt at every stage of car ownership. The ripple effect of tariffs is widespread, impacting not just car buyers, but families, workers, and entire communities. It's a chain reaction that makes life more expensive for everyone, in ways both obvious and hidden. The America First tariff policy aimed to bring jobs home. The goal: make it too costly to build cars abroad, forcing factories to the US. However, building a car factory is a massive, costly undertaking. Companies are managing costs, not moving factories. The result: corporate chaos, not a flood of new factories. Tariffs may have deterred investment, creating uncertainty. The government's relief measures suggest awareness of tariff damage. The policy's impact: higher costs, instability, and disrupted supply chains. The intended benefits are overshadowed by the immediate harm. The strategy's success remains uncertain, with mixed results. Trade policies impact real people, like Dave in Ontario. His job at an engine plant is threatened by tariffs. The American company buying his engines faces new taxes. Dave's job security is replaced by fear and uncertainty. In Detroit, Maria faces similar challenges. Her plant assembles parts from around the world. Rising costs lead to talk of cost-saving measures. Small business owners like Frank also feel the impact. Higher vehicle prices affect their efficiency and profits. The ripple effect of tariffs touches many lives, often negatively. As of October 2025, we ask, was it worth it? Tariffs aim to revive American manufacturing and jobs. The global economy, however, is complex and interconnected. The administration took decisive action against unfair trade practices, but the evidence of damage is immediate and undeniable. Higher prices, retaliatory tariffs, and corporate instability are evident. The policy disrupts efficient supply chains, creating chaos. The verdict on tariffs is still being written, with mixed outcomes. The attempt to disentangle the auto industry is messy. The policy's impact is widespread, with confusion as the clear winner.